It's time for business. Singapore's labour market expanded in 2025, underpinned by robust economic expansion, according to the Manpower Ministry's latest labour report. As for artificial intelligence, MOM says current trends do not point to widespread displacement of workers. In the final quarter of 2025, total employment grew by 17,700, marking 17 consecutive quarters of expansion since 2021. For the full year, total employment increased to 55,500 from 44,500 in 2024. Now, sectors like professional services, finance, health, and social services observed resident employment growth. For non-residents, growth was driven mainly by construction and manufacturing. Unemployment in December remained low at 2%, but the rate for younger residents under 30 rose moderately from 5.6% in September to 5.8%. MOM says the rise here is more contained compared to other advanced economies. Retrenchments edged up slightly with 14,490 workers affected. Job cuts were from the finance and professional services sectors. Layoffs amongst professionals, managers, executives, and technicians, or PMETs, in those sectors also trended upwards. Even so, these same sectors also continue to post strong demand for PMET roles. MOM says this suggests that artificial intelligence is not driving widespread job displacement, but that the shifts reflect ongoing restructuring and skills transitions.
In other words, the skills of those who are retrenched may not be able to fulfill the needs of the vacancy. So I think this is something that we probably need to pay some attention on in terms of policy, in terms of, say, reskilling of some of our PMET of all ages.
Moving forward, MOM says firms are expected to remain cautious in their hiring and wage decisions. Retrenchments also expected to edge up in some outward-oriented sectors, while resident employment growth may grow at a similar or slightly slower pace.
We'll monitor the global situation closely. The evolving conflicts in the Middle East could have resulting pressures on electricity prices and business costs. These will have knock-on effects on economies around the world, including Singapore. We cannot shield ourselves entirely from these external disruptions, but we will be prepared. We will stay vigilant, we will act early when needed, and we will stand firmly with you, our Singaporeans, supporting workers, helping businesses adjust, and ensuring that our labour market remains resilient in times of uncertainty.
Newly created positions formed almost half of job vacancies in 2025. Openings rose from 69,600 in September to 77,700 in December. The Manpower Ministry says this reflects growing demand driven by business expansion. Beatrice Yap reports.
Software, web, multimedia, and game developers and designers now top the wish list as some of the jobs in hottest demand. They're part of the almost 50% of vacancies created by business expansion in 2025. Job openings still outnumber job seekers, especially in sectors like infocoms and health and social services, even as growth cooled in F&B, transport and storage sectors. This tight labour market is also changing how companies hire.
Today, close to 80% of vacancies do not place academic qualifications as the main criteria for hiring. Now, this is an important shift towards more skills-based hiring, with academic qualifications becoming less of a barrier. This is a promising sign, and I'm confident it will open up more opportunities for Singaporeans at various stages of their careers.
And the shift goes deeper. Employers are moving away from expecting workers to be job-ready from day one to investing in training after hiring. Experts say this helps fill talent gaps while giving people a wider runway to pivot into emerging roles.
If companies eventually cannot fill the vacancies due to the changing nature and demands of the job, companies will have no choice but to actually take on the responsibility of offering the skilling to the specific context of the company. So I think now that the skilling is actually two-dimensional, it is not always left to the employees.
Still, hiring is taking longer in specialized roles, such as data scientists, training professionals, and civil engineers, which require skills that take more time to master.
The hiring from the companies is also more deliberate, and the companies are no longer they no longer have the luxury to hire 5 people in a particular job function, right? There's minimal overlap in what somebody is doing in the organization right now because the pyramid's getting leaner at the bottom. So the companies want to be extra cautious and extra sure that whatever headcounts they're bringing on are bringing that level of efficiency.
To help workers remain relevant, the labour movement says it is stepping up efforts in career coaching, skills upgrading, and job matching. Efforts are also underway to equip workers with skills needed for an AI-driven economy.